On the other news, China's harassment and bullying tactics in the West Philippine Sea are well documented, as well as its efforts to gaslight and portray themselves as victims or actors on the defensive in encounters with Filipino fisher folks and Philippine security patrols on the high seas. Time and again, moving pictures and still photos show their illegal presence and actions in the country's EEZ, like this latest one caught from high above by the BFAR Maritime Domain Awareness Flight with our correspondent Rocky Lisiges in tow.
From the air, the floating barrier installed by China at the mouth of Bajo de Masinloc is still visible. It seems to serve as a reminder from China that Filipino fishermen are not allowed to enter the shoal.
May mga lipad naman tayo na naipakita natin ng floating barrier na yan ay dependent sa deployment ng Coast Guard vessel and the deployment ng BFAR vessel. They're thinking that the Filipino fishermen will try to enter the shoal of Bajo de Masinloc.
But the Philippine government remains undaunted by China's actions. In fact, another maritime domain awareness flight was conducted earlier by BFAR together with PTV News. The area was quiet, with almost no Chinese ships around Bajo de Masinloc. This was in contrast to yesterday's situation, where 4 BFAR ships, BRP Dato Tamblok, BRP Dato Pagbuaya, BRP Dato Sumkad, and BRP Dato Balensosa were surrounded. This occurred during the distribution of fuel and food to fishermen. They were closely monitored and encircled by China Coast Guard ships. Up to 5 China Coast Guard ships surrounded the BFAR, PCG, and fishermen's boats 30 nautical miles from Bajo de Masinloc, where the activity took place. Earlier, the BFAR's MDA flight did not detect any Chinese warships. Only 1 China Coast Guard ship was spotted 30 nautical miles from Scarborough Shoal. Around BDM, only 2 to 3 Chinese militia vessels were seen on guard. At around 10 a.m., the BFAR's MDA flight took off from Subic Bay International Airport. At 11:22 a.m., 20 nautical miles east-northeast of Bajo de Masinloc, the aircraft received a radio challenge from the Coast Guard with bow number 3105. At 11:40 a.m., the BFAR MDA flight reached BDM. The aircraft circled the area for several minutes inside the lagoon. 2 Chinese maritime militia vessels were positioned side by side. Just as our aircraft was about to leave, it received another radio challenge again from CCG 3105. Bajo de Masinloc is only 124 nautical miles or 230 kilometers from Masinloc, Zambales. It is well within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. The government assures that aid to Filipino fishermen will continue despite China's harassment in the West Philippine Sea.